troia! Palo! Appena un giro, però le palle non
Well, good afternoon everybody and welcome back to this competition in Gorla, Minore. This is the final Nations Cup youth competition that we'll be bringing you this weekend, and this is the turn of the children riders. Once again, we have all of the first riders for the teams coming forward, followed by all of the second riders, and then the third riders, and so on. So we have 4 teams coming forward here this afternoon. 4 teams of children riders, each have 4 riders coming forward. The first is Switzerland. We will then be continuing with the home nation of Italy, then Poland, and then Germany. So Switzerland kicking things off for us then. Their first competitor is Leon Hansi. He rides Sassisi. Course, of course, has changed. There are 12 jumping efforts, jumping obstacles with 15 efforts in there. Now those planks can fall so easily, the planks being at fence 5. It's a related distance on a curving line from 4 to 5 and then 5 to 6. It's a tricky point on the course. 7 here is the water jump. That's consistent with the previous course that we saw. Here we have fence 8. That's still an upright after the water jump. Going around the back then, here these orange fences are a double combination, 1 stride in the middle there at fence 9, followed by 10, which has a water tray underneath. They then head up to the back of the arena and a triple combination. And then about 6 strides down to the purple oxer at 12 to finish. Three fences down then for our first competitor, who of course was Leon Hansi. Gives the Swiss a total of 12 at the moment, but of course he is just their first rider. And remember, while the teams each bring forward 4 riders, 3 scores count, so they can drop 1 score. Next up for Italy is Giorgia Baldi. Giorgia rides Valeri Vanitosa. The Italian teams won both the junior and the young rider competitions yesterday. Didn't fare quite so well in the pony competition earlier this afternoon, but 2 wins already. Of course, many riders always feel that it is of benefit to be jumping in your home country. Well, the cheers go up and she's punching the air. It's a great start for the Italian team. Fantastic, fantastic performance. Looking like a clear round there to kick things off. So Poland are the next team to take to the stage. Their first rider is Karolina Wernowics. and she rides Creme de la Bequem. First rider for the Polish team. The Polish team are the third team starting. Of course, they are in a drawn order in the first round, and in the second round they will compete in reverse order of merit. Karolina is 13 years old at the moment, should be turning 14 in June. Competed in a number of one-star and some two-star competitions with this horse. The horse was previously with Marie Isabel Vink of Germany. Well, what a shame. That's a fence that we've seen proving difficult in the previous competition, in the pony competition.
Proseguiamo così con il primo componente della squadra tedesca, capitanata da chef d'équipe Carlo Brox, Anna Ferg. First rider for Germany, Anna Ferg, quintessence.
So Karolina Wernerowicz kicking things off for Poland with just one fence down, just the last fell for her. Our fourth team and our final team is for Germany and Eva Furch. Eva just taking a bit of a stride out there. Of course, they do still need to be within the time allowed. Haven't seen too many time penalties across these Youth Nations Cup competitions. Eva rides Quintessa Locks. And this is a horse that she has competed for a little while at one-star level and in some children's competitions last year in Cronenberg, Centaur Park, to name a few. Yeah, well, the final fence also falling for Eva Furch. It's a very tricky line, that, you know, because they're really needing to have the control for the triple, of course, with the oxer and the two uprights. And then it's really difficult for them to then get the impulsion that they need for that big oxer at the end of the course. The fences are 1.25 m in height, remember? So as it stands, all of the first riders have competed. 1 clear is what we have on the board, 2 4-faulting rounds and a 12-faulting round. Next up, and back to our first team, which of course is Switzerland. This is Nikita Gavin. Nikita rides Icon VD Padenboer Z. Who's a 9-year-old owned by the Gavin family. Now it's a very good forward approach through the triple. Now, can she keep the last fence up? Yes, she can. Big, big pats for the horse. but that fence fell earlier. And of course, her teammate Leon Hansi picked up 12 penalties, so the Swiss will be hoping that that will be the drop score and that they count the 4 from Nikita Gavin. Just the one fence down. Turning back to Italy, we now have Daphne Giunti, and she rides Tuche d'Arrogance. This horse is 18 now, but a fence down already. Her teammate Giorgia Baldi, of course, jumped clear. Gets pretty close to number 8, but getting a deep one there is probably a good idea. We saw that fall down a little bit in the pony competition as well. Takes a similar approach at the water tray. So she's just got this final line left, the triple, and then that tricky oxer at the end of the course. Ooh, what a good horse. Really helped her out there. Well, my goodness me, that horse was fantastic through that triple combination. Just got a bit of a long one at the first, and that made things very difficult throughout that combination, but they were safely through, I'm happy to say. But of course, that earlier fence down so adds to the clear from Giorgia Baldi, Daphne Giunti and Tuche d'Arrogance just picking up the 4 penalties there. Going back to Poland then, our 7th competitor and the 2nd rider for the Polish team is Irina Bigaj. She rides La Coruna. Quite a few horses having a good look at the first fence. But you know, in this strong sunlight, that can sometimes cause a bit of an optical illusion, give a bit of a glare on these poles, especially the lighter coloured ones. Planks jumping well so far. Yeah, he's really standing off these fences. Ooh. Oh, what a shame. She was trying her very, very hardest to hang on there. Well, that is a shame for Irina Bigaj of Poland. That's very, very unlucky. What a shame. Unfortunately, parting ways with La Coruna, and so that's elimination for the Polish rider. Now that puts the pressure on the rest of the Polish team, of course, because they must have 3 scores count. So the next 2 riders for Poland, who are Kevin Pajowski and Paulina Pelauska, their scores must count. Going back to our 4th team, and the 2nd rider for them is Jolie Marie Kuhner. Jolie, of course, daughter of Max Kuhner. She rides Lionel Messi 3. She also competed in the pony competition on the German team. It's a busy day for Jolie Marie Kuhner. In the pony competition, she posted a double clear, one of the only 2 double clears. Of course, that was with a different horse. But it'd be very interesting to see what she does here. Her teammate Eva Furch just picked up the one penalty. 1 fence down for her. Well, what a talented rider and a talented horse as well. One plank falling, unfortunately, in this round for Jolie Marie Kuna, but it was beautifully ridden. And I think that was a pretty late falling plank. So 2 4-faulting rounds for the German team so far. Oh, excuse me, 1 time penalty, not 1 plank down. So 1 for Jolie Marie Kuna. She did indeed jump clear. We turn back now then to Switzerland. They, of course, were our first team out of the starting gate, and this is Elias Lucky. Elias rides Como de Besser, who is a 10-year-old Spanish-bred horse. Switzerland have a 12 faulting and a 4 faulting round so far. But it's looking pretty tight at the moment. There aren't huge differences between the teams' performances yet. Switzerland would really like to drop that score of 12. So there we have it then. That is the first of the third riders, the third rider for Switzerland, Elias Lucky, completing this competition with Como de Besser. Of course, now that we have the third riders taking part in the competition, that's when we really see things start to change. Elias, of course, they're having the 2 fences down, but also a little over the time allowed, so a total of 10. So they will still, at the moment, drop the score of 12. Now we're on to the second rider for Italy. This is Maria Francesca di Properzio. And Maria Francesca rides Vasco de Talma. Unfortunately falling foul of that first fence. Seen a few people do that, and as we were saying earlier, not sure if there's a bit of an optical illusion on particularly these lighter coloured poles. The planks, of course, renowned as a fence that can fall so easily. Italy have a clear and a 4 faulting round. At the moment, this is their highest scoring round, so perhaps will be the one that they drop. But it could all change. The 4th riders are yet to come. And the last falling there as well for Maria Francesca di Properzio. Quite a costly score, unfortunately. The pony was getting a little bit long and a little bit flat around parts of that course, and with that in mind, it's very difficult for the riders to then pick them up. So 16 is the total for the Italian rider. Let's go back to Poland though now, and remember Poland already have 1 rider eliminated, so this score has to count. They cannot have another elimination. This is Kevin Pszczółki, who rides Jakobsen. Just an 8-year-old, this horse, and it's Dutch bred. by Durango VDL. And out of a Caratino 2 mare. He's very quick. He perhaps has noticed that a couple of riders have had time penalties here, and he's very keen not to fall foul of the time. Going well so far, though. Oh, spoke too soon. And sadly, the last falls as well then for Kevin Brzezowski. And remember, that is a score that will count. He's the third rider for the team. They already have a 4 and 1 elimination. 12's the total for the Polish team. But a fence down as well already for the third rider for our final team, which is Germany. This is Cecilia Hütrop-Hager. 1 down already. She rides Sis is Susi. HH. I'd like to be saying that one in a hurry. Cecilia, as I say, is the third rider for the German team. They have 1 competitor picking up 4 penalties and 1 picking up 1. And good down that final line, but the early fence falling, of course, for Cecilia Hütrop-Hager for Germany. Just the 1 though, so 4 is the total for her, and at the moment the German team are counting 5. So we've had 3 competitors start. Now it's the turn of the 4th riders, and now we will really see how things are shaping up after the first round. Final rider for Switzerland is in the ring now. This is Ethan Major, who rides Nairobi van de Bishop. A 9-year-old, of course, with that VD Bishop breeding, Belgian bred. It's by Echo van der Spielveld and out of an Agano Cité mare. So final rider for the Swiss team. They're counting 14 at the moment. What a shame. That was a great round, but that final fence is proving so difficult for these competitors. It's really catching a lot of them out. And I really do think it's the fact that they're having to keep the control so precisely throughout the triple combination that then when they get to that final fence, they're just lacking a bit of impulsion. So the 1 fence down, just the final fence dropping for Ethan Major. That gives Switzerland a total of 18 in this first round. 3 scores to count, of course. So for Italy, let's go back to the Italian team, the home nation. This is Giovanni Vincoli and Kitana VDV. This is a 15-year-old horse who is by Quasimodo Z, of course, well-known jumping stallion. Does she keep that up? Yes, he does. Ooh, that was very lucky at the water tray jump as well. This final line left, and this is looking like a very forward approach. The horse jumping well through there though. Ooh. Yeah, and good to the last, so I think just the one down for the Italian rider, for Giovanni Vincoli, and that would be a great result for the Italian team. And we will just confirm that for you. Yes, it is. It's 4 for Giovanni Vincoli. So the Italian team finished this round on a score of 8. They count a clear and 2 full faulting rounds, so 8 in the first round for the Italian team. 2 riders left to jump then in this first round. 1 for Poland and 1 for Germany. Germany, of course, winners of the pony competition earlier this afternoon. And for the Polish team, this score has to count, as unfortunately they do have 1 rider eliminated in this first round. This is Paulina Pelauska. Paulina rides La Coco 3. Poland currently counting a 4 and an 8. So if they are to finish ahead of Switzerland, we've got 6 points down to them. So she cannot have more than 1 fence down if they are to stay ahead of Switzerland. Paulina just has this final line left now. Oh, that's a real shame. There goes the final fence. She is not the first rider to have that fence down. It's becoming something of a bogey fence in this FEI Children's Nations Cup competition. Just the last then for Paulina Pelauska of Poland. They will finish on a score of 16. They are a nose ahead of Switzerland. Switzerland, of course, on 18. Our final competitor then for Germany is Antonia Hasler. Germany currently count 5. So with Italy on 8, Antonia will be feeling the pressure with Kalia S. She has to jump clear if Germany are to stay ahead of Italy. Gets very deep to that brightly coloured oxer. Actually, quite a lot of riders are getting very deep to that fence, or certainly having a less than ideal jump there. But it really is fantastic to see this young talent coming through in these Youth Nations Cups. These are certainly going to be stars of the future. So many top riders have come from these youth competitions right up to the very top of the sport. And in a few years' time, we may well see them on the senior teams. Oh my goodness, this final fence is causing so many problems. Just incredible how many times that fence has fallen. So the final fence drops for Antonia Hasler, but it was a great round. Other than that, very, very well ridden. sadly just drops that one pole right at the end of the course. And so, with Jolie Marie Kuhner's 1 time penalty, that puts the German team on a total of 9. Italy discount Maria Francesca Di Properzio's score of 16, so they count 8 and they are in the lead. They'll be last to start in the second round. They hold the top spot following that first round. So in second place then with 9, only 1 penalty behind them. It's very, very close, are Germany. Then in third at the moment we have Poland. They're on 16. And in fourth right now we have Switzerland. They are on 18 penalties, just 2 behind Poland, and the 2 were from Elias Lackey's 2 penalty points for the time. In the second round, of course, they'll be going in reverse order of merit, so Switzerland will go first, then Poland, then Germany, and then Italy. That will be the order of things in the second round of competition. Now, though, we will have the individual competition for children over this 1 metre 25 course. It's a speed class, so just the 1 round against the clock. We've got a number of competitors coming forward, plenty for Italy and for Switzerland, for Germany, one from Monaco. So it's a big list of talented young riders coming forward in this individual competition. There are 38 riders in this individual list. As I say, this competitor is for the individual competition. So, there are 38 coming forward in this individual competition. I will then be taking you through the second round of the Nations Cup team competition as soon as that has completed. So stay with us for these individuals, and I will be back again to take you through the rest of the team competition in a little while.
Sono 3 di aggressione, ma più totale di 12 per allora Andrea di 82 e il gol seconds under 23 quarto. Ora Switzerland non in Slovenia di 15. Arriva purtroppo la valutazione di quell'eliminazione. Torniamo in Italia ora con Domenico Toscano. Parliamo del totale di 8 perché 74 e 49 del Toscano e Marianna Martinelli che ancora Italia al via rappresenta Ofelia di Bosco-Chiara. vittoria. Arianna manteneva la lead, the round with an intensity of 70 seconds and 20. Anna Ruggeri sul percorso ancora in Italia, da Gorla. Sono 4 ore di unità per la lanciata sull'auto, sono secondi e 79, hanno vinto la Ruggeri e terza. Vittoria, third divisional place for first 81 seconds and the 7th. Tommaso Zorzi, già detto dell'Italia. Peccato nelle regole va proprio nel finale, per la mansione azzurra sono 4 79 secondi e 40, che era Maria Giovanna, lei è quinta nella classifica provvisoria. Maria Vittoria Cavalieri. Lo stesso errore, 73 secondi economici per Francesco Gorla, che secondo nella classifica di Gioventù. Come avanti showdown per la Svizzera, Rock the Box. Un peccato l'errore che arriva proprio nel finale della nostra performance showdown, 74 secondi e 60 che si raffronta le 4 rivalità al momento che Rock the Box occupa il sesto posto della classifica provvisoria. Ponies van Wichester CH, Elodie Amsterdam, Switzerland. Ottimo le penalità arrivano giorni nella prima parte del percorso che magari la lavorazione vertica più dei 6 secondi e 56, 77 seconds and 56 in total. Andrea Pisani, poi ritorniamo in Italia, molto parte buona. quindi il 56 per la niente, Giulia è ottavo nella classifica provvisoria. Giulia Malvaso per l'Italia, in serie 1. Sono 4 regolarità di valore nella seconda parte del percorso, 79 secondi ultimi per la gara di Giulia. Giuliano Terricari, ancora una mozione sul via, lei in sella al 18 per una capitale, una qualche assist il titolo first in total 84 seconds and 16. Tija Koczan per la Slovenia terzi. Per Slovenia Tija Koczan. Righetto, la terza è di Francesco Toro, quarta è Minore, quinto è di Santoni, sesta Lavoro, settima
No, però ci ha fatto una tagliata, hanno fatto due. Da tempo sarà stato terzo.
Bene, attendiamo un campo per la premiazione ai protagonisti della gara individuale sulla Racing Arena per la Presiding Ceremony. Mariano Martinengo Marchima, che era richiesto Francesco Toro, Roman Sereni, Rigore Santoni, Manon Moro, Maximilian Pinter, Angelo Marchiani.
Well, good afternoon everybody and welcome back to Gorla Minore and to this Nations Cup competition. The individual class has just finished, and so in a few moments' time we will be bringing you the second round of the Children's Nations Cup competition. We have 4 teams in that competition. We have Italy on 8 in the lead, Germany on 9 penalties in second, Poland in third at the moment with 16, and Switzerland have 18, rounding out those 4 teams. That will be taking place in just a few moments' time. We have the prize giving for the individuals first, and then I'll be taking you through those 16 riders on the 4 teams for the second round of the Children's Nations Cup competition. Stay with us for that in a few moments' time.
Passiamo ora alla seconda posizione di questa gara e c'è ancora l'Italia, Martina Righetto. Ed è ancora l'Italia ad occupare anche la terza posizione con Francesco Toro. La quarta posizione di questa gara c'è il Principato di Monaco, Ponies, Roman Sereni. La quinta posizione
Well, welcome back everybody to this Nations Cup competition for children. We of course had the first round of competition earlier this afternoon. That was before the individual competition, and now we're bringing you the second round of the action. Of course, all of the competitors will jump over 2 rounds. It's the exact same round as they jumped in the first round. The teams will jump in reverse order of merit, and that means that Switzerland will go first, followed by Poland, then Germany, and then Italy. So Switzerland, Poland, Germany, Italy, that's the order of go, and that is because that's their reverse order of merit. In the first round, Switzerland hold the 4th place spot. They picked up 18 penalties in the first round. Remember, there are 4 riders in the team, but 3 scores count. Poland are in 3rd after the first round, picking up 16 across their 3 counting scores. Germany are in 2nd with 9, and Italy are in front with 8. So, first competitor then for Sweden is Leon Hansi. Leon rides Sassisi, who is a German-bred 8-year-old. This pair picked up 12 penalties in the first round. That was the Swiss team's drop score. And we did see problems broadly all the way around the course. A particular point of difficulty was the final fence. A few riders also had this double combination down. And this water tray caused a few problems too. Ooh. Last part of the triple going there, and the final fence. But it's an improvement on the first round score for Leon Hansi of Switzerland. 2 fences down, so 8 for them. The next team in will be Poland, and their first rider is Karolina Wernerovics. She rides Creme de la Bequem. Karolina picked up 4 penalties in the first round. And as I say, Poland carrying forward 16 from the first round, so it's very, very close between Poland and Switzerland, and of course all of the teams would love a podium placing. This brightly coloured oxer, the pink wings with the yellow poles, that caused a few problems as well, and I think in this bright sunshine, sometimes on those lighter coloured poles there's a bit of an optical illusion for the horses, a bit of a glare from the sun. Remember, we are going in reverse order of merit, and we do have all of the first riders followed by all of the second riders. Now it looks like Karolina Wernerovics has just noticed something amiss there. Yeah, you can hear the wind getting up, and the final fence has actually fallen. The whole thing has blown down, so we're just waiting for that to be rebuilt, because she's actually been jumping very well indeed. All right, so getting things back underway then for Karolina Wernerowicz of Poland. Now she comes to the triple combination. Can be tricky to get horses restarted around these courses, but it's a good decision for her. So with the music kicking in there, that is the signal, of course, that she's jumped a clear round. Great start for the Polish team, puts pressure on Switzerland, who of course were hot on their heels in the first round. Let's turn though to our second place team in the first round. That is Germany, and their first rider is Eva Furch. Germany just on a total of 9. Eva picked up 4 penalties in that first round with Quintessa locks. It's a lovely smooth flowing round, this. Eva riding this particularly well. The horse is just really picking up for her over these fences, making this 1.25 metre course look easy. Well, beautifully to the last as well, and that's got to be one of the best rounds we've seen. My goodness me, Eva Furch does not have a single fence down. Of course, one down in the first round, but clear in the second round. So Germany in a very, very good position already. The final team, and the team that is leading things after the first round, is Italy. Their first rider is Giorgia Baldi, and she is next in the ring with Valeri Vanitosa. She jumped clear around this very course in the first round. It'd be great if she could do it again for the Italian team, because of course Germany have put the pressure on now with that good initial clear. Gives a little rub there. Oh no, what a shame. Oh, that is a pity, and that could really change things. Giorgia Baldi was clear in the first round, but a refusal is not the way that she would have wanted this to go. So it looks like this is not the day for Giorgia Baldi. She had a great clear in the first round. And she's completing a few circles here before she then gets going again. ground in the middle of the double is just being raked. So we are waiting for that to be finished before she can get going again. Just keeps the horse going while the volunteer is sorting out the ground in the middle of the double. So looks like things are set and she can get things underway again. Obviously she would have picked up the 4 penalties. There's the bell. I should think this will be costly for time as well. Yeah, unfortunately something not right with this horse with this double combination now. What a shame, and they jumped it so well in the first round. Big shame for the Italian competitor. Of course, with those 2 refusals, that will be elimination. We move on to the second riders in the teams now. Second to go for Switzerland, who of course were in 4th, is Nikita Gavin. Nikita rides Icon VD Parenbor Z. Now she picked up 4 penalties in the first round. Her teammate Leon Hansi picked up 8 in this second round. So they're looking for something under 8. Just 1 fence down perhaps, or a clear. That would be a good position because then they could drop the score of 8. But let's see how this goes. 4 was her score in the first round. Safely through the double that caused all those problems for Giorgia Baldi. Good to the last as well, and she's punching the air. She's absolutely thrilled with that. It's a fantastic round for the Swiss team. Just what they wanted at this stage. Nikita Gavin then 4 in the first round, but clear in the second round. Now, will that mean that the score of 8 will be their drop score? We'll have to see. It's difficult to tell until the third rider has been what the lie of the land is. So now we have had the first of the second riders. But we're going now to our second team. This is Poland, and this rider is Irina Bigaj with La Coruna. Unfortunately, this pair were eliminated in the first round. So they will be keen for this to go better. The horse is pretty sticky over these fences though, not really jumping very forward. She needs to get him moving a bit more forward. Bit of vocal encouragement there as well, but a 4 for the refusal so far for Irina Bigaj. Oh, she's done well to stay on board there. Unfortunately though, it is 2 refusals, and so that's elimination. Big shame. And unfortunately 2 rounds and 2 eliminations for Irina Bigaj. That's certainly not what she would have been aiming for here. And it does mean that the Polish team Now all of the remaining riders' scores have to count. Of course, they had that great start in the second round with Karolina Wernerovics posting a clear. The rest of their riders are jumping pretty well, so let's hope that we can keep that theme for the rest of the competition. Next up will be Germany, and their second rider is Jolie Marie Kuhner. Of course, a name that you will all recognise from her father Max Kuhner, who competes at the very, very top of the sport. She also rode in the pony competition earlier this afternoon, but here she rides Lionel Messi 3. Now, in the first round, she just picked up 1 time penalty. She was clear across the jumps, but just a little slow. 83.4 was her time. Good at the water jump. Again, she's keeping a really regular rhythm around these fences, but I'm a little concerned about the time again. Certainly not as fast as some of our other riders. But a very quick thinking inside turn there now. That might have saved her some time. Jolie Marie Kuhner there, she takes the last line, just 1 fence left to jump. Yes, beautifully over that. We're seeing a little bit of a pattern here. Another rider punches the air for the clear round. We'll just double check on her time, but certainly clear for jumping. Yes, she was within the time allowed. So 2 clear jumping rounds and just 1 time penalty picked up for Jolie Marie Kuhner. She also jumped a double clear in the pony competition. Super talented rider. So Germany are in a very, very strong position. 2 riders gone in the second round and 2 clears. Next up, it's Italy. And remember, Italy's first rider in the second round, that was Giorgia Baldi. Unfortunately, she was eliminated, parting company with her pony. And so the following 3 riders for Italy, all of their scores will count. Next up for them, their second rider is Daphne Giunti. Daphne Giunti is the next rider then for Italy. We're just having a little bit of a course amendment. Here we go then, Daphne Giunti for Italy. This score has to count because her teammate unfortunately was eliminated. Oh, she gets close there. She gets very deep there, but the pony picking up well. The horse here is Touche d'Arrogance. Remember, just 1 fence down in the first round. has to be a counting score for the Italian team. And the crowd are really getting behind her as well down this final line. Just one fence left. Oh, she takes a pull. And yes, she's done it. Big, big cheers going up. Oh, it's just fantastic to see the crowds getting behind these young riders as well. Brilliant. That's just what the Italian team needed. So let's go back then to Switzerland and to Elias Lackey, who rides Como de Besser. This also needs a little bit more impulsion, I think. You know, we have seen some riders having time faults, and in fact, Elias Lackey and Como de Besser were one of those. Picked up 2 time faults in the first round. Also had 2 fences down. Just has quite a steady way of going. 10 was their total in the first round. Oh, gave that one a rub. And another one to take the inside line. He's got an eye on the time. He knows that he does need to be inside it. Ideally, gets pretty close. The horse just finding that striding in the triple a little short. Yeah, but a great performance. Oh, it's just brilliant actually to see these young riders improve on their scores from the first round as well. There we have it then, the third rider for Switzerland, Elias Lackey, jumps clear. Now they have 2 clears in the second round. They definitely have an eye on the podium positions. We go now to Poland, who were on 16 in the first round. This is Kevin Bzowski. Kevin picked up 8 penalties in the first round. But this score has to count once more because, of course, his teammate Irina Bigaj was sadly eliminated. This was a fast round in the first round as well. Come on then, Kevin, just the last. Very good round, very, very good round indeed for the Polish rider. And the clears are coming thick and fast now. So 2 clears for Poland. And this is becoming some competition. So Switzerland and Poland both have 2 clear rounds. And so that's keeping Poland just a hair ahead. Of course, there were only 2 penalties ahead of Switzerland in the first round, and they're maintaining that distance. Germany up now, and this is their third rider. This is Cecilia Hütropage with Sis is Susie HH. Just the 1 fence down in the first round, but of course Germany already have 2 clears as well. what a shame. We've seen that ride quite well actually in this second round. So 1 down so far for Cecilia Hutrop-Hager. And there the final part of the triple falls as well, but she keeps the last fence up, so it's 2 down. 2 down for the German team. That is pretty hard lines. Now, if the German team were to count that score, of course, remember they count 3 out of the 4 scores. That would put them on 17, and that would actually have them below Poland. But we don't know what their final rider will do. So, the third rider for Italy. This, again, is a score that has to count because they have an eliminated rider. So this is Maria Francesca di Properzio. She rides Vasco da Talma. And they had 16 in the first round. That was the Italian team's drop score. There's a lot of vocal help there as well. Keen for the horse not to get strong. Pretty deep one to the water. And again, they're staying up. There is a member of perhaps of Maria Francesca's family or her support team in the corner of the arena, absolutely riding every fence with her. Just noticing the corner of the arena when she comes towards the last there, absolutely jumping it with her. And the whole crowd are getting behind her. Oh, goal! Just the last fence, just the last fence. I mean, it's a great improvement on the first round. And you just felt the crowd absolutely with her every step of the way. 1 down though. Maria Francesca di Properzio. That puts, oh my goodness, this is going to be so tough. That puts Italy on 12. Remember, they have to count that score. Okay, so we're heading into the final riders. The 4th riders for the team. First up is Switzerland, of course, and their 4th rider is Ethan Meja. Ethan rides Nairobi VD Bishop. Swiss team have 2 clears and an 8, and they would love to not count those 8 penalties. Ethan dropped one fence in the first round. He really could do with jumping clear here. Very, very deep after the water jump, but it's a place that the course designers they've asked the question. It's a place that the horses have to be so adaptable. It's quite a big striding horse, this as well. It's just so easy for them to run on from a water jump and have an upright like that down. He's really using his body to try and balance the horse. Right down the final line, but that one fence down for Ethan Meja. 4 for him, and so that will be the score that counts, one of the scores that counts for Switzerland. They'll drop the score of 8, but 18 in the first round and now 4 in the second round gives the Swiss team a total final score of 22. Poland are up next. This is Paulina Palauska, and remember, her score has to count with that elimination for Irina Bigaj. This definitely has to count. So Poland are on 16, Switzerland are on 22. So she can have a fence down and the team will stay ahead of Switzerland. That is the situation, but she can't have more than one fence down. Of course, the way things are going, if she jumps clear as well, that would be particularly good because depending on the final German rider's score. So, Paulina Palauska for Poland and La Coco 3. They had a fence down in the first round. Yeah, brilliant round. Absolutely brilliant. That's what Paulina Palauska would have wanted. Of course, she knew that her score had to count as the final rider for the Polish team. Of course, her teammate was eliminated, but a clear is just fantastic. So actually the Polish team don't add a single penalty in the second round. 3 clears, so their total is 16. They will be no worse than third. Let's go to Germany then now, and to Antonia Hasler. Now, if Antonia jumps clear, Germany will win this. No pressure. The horse is Kalia S. She just had the one fence down in the first round. Oh, look at that, the first part of the double falls. Oh, so I think that really changes things. Clear at the last then for Antonia Hasler, but she did have a fence down. Oh my goodness. And so that'll put Germany on a total of 13. They can drop the score of 8. But yes, 13 is the total for Germany. Well, our final rider is now in the ring for Italy. Ooh, that is very close to the wings. Italy currently sitting on 12 penalties. This score has to count, as of course they sadly had an elimination. This rider cannot pick up a single time penalty even. They're on 12. Can't have a fence down. Germany are on 13. This has to count. It's Giovanni Vincoli and Kitana VDV. Yeah, the crowd getting behind him again. Ooh, he gets very close to that fence and is getting some pace up. He did have a fence down in the first round. Come on, Giovanni, this would take the win for Italy. Yes, he's done it. Brilliant. And a brilliant reaction from the crowd. Well, the result went down to the wire. I think he's taking a bit of a lap of honour here. Why not? He secured the win for his team, and it's the home team here in Gorla Minore. So well deserved. Well, there you go. The result went down to the wire. Down to the final rider, to Giovanni Vincoli, who pulled it out of the bag and jumped a brilliant clear. It was a very fast round as well. 71.49 was his time. So just 4 faults for the Italian team in the second round gives them a team total for this competition of 12, and even with a rider eliminated as well. Second place goes to Germany. They were just 1 penalty behind them on 13. That's very, very hard lines indeed. Some great performances. In fact, exactly the same performance pretty much from the counting scores. 2 clears and a 4 for the German team as well as for the Italian. Poland had a brilliant performance from their riders, their 3 counting scores in the second round too. 3 clear rounds, nothing to add for them in the second round, but 16 in the first round. Has them in 3rd place. Switzerland just added 4 in the second round, but had 18 in the first round, and so 22 was their total score. But the Italian teams have been on fire in Gorla Minore, absolutely performing to their best on home soil. And it's been a fantastic couple of days of competition. This is the Italian team's 3rd win. The only category that they have not won in these Youth Nations Cup competitions was the Ponies, and that was earlier this afternoon. But the 3rd win for Team Italy. And the whole crowd were behind them. This is the final competition today, and the whole crowd were behind these competitors. So your winners then are Team Italy. The Italian team were made up of Giorgia Baldi, Daphne Giunti, Maria Francesca Di Properzio, Giovanni Vincoli, who really performed under pressure to secure the win with a great clear as the last rider to go. Germany takes second, and their team were made up of Eva Furch, Jolie Marie Kuhner, Cecilia Hutrop-Hager and Antonia Hasler. Poland take third, Karolina Wernerowicz, Irina Bigaj, Kevin Pasowski and Paulina Pawlowska were the team there. Just 4 teams taking part, but 4th place goes to Switzerland, and their team was Leon Hansi, Nikita Gavin, Elias Lackey and Ethan Leisure. Your winner, though, is Team Italy. We'll be bringing you the prize giving in just a few moments' time, so stay with us for that. The action from Gorla Minore continues tomorrow. There are Grand Prix for the children, ponies, young riders and juniors. But that concludes the Nations Cup action from Italy here. Of course, the FEI Jumping Nations Cup Youth Series continues next week. Continues with a leg in Zutrovice in the Czech Republic. That will also be live on Club My Horse, so do join us for that as well. For now, though, I hope you enjoy this prize giving, and I hope that you've enjoyed every minute of this competition. It's certainly been a pleasure to take you through it, and I hope you have a fantastic evening and enjoy the rest of your long weekends. Have a great night, everybody.
national anthem of